question is, did Leon Rose use and abuse his wives? Did he act in a manner detrimental to the health and welfare of women? Is he a slimy skunk just like the rest of them? You can begin with your first wife.
I object!
What's your objection?
On the grounds of the First Amendment.
Objection overruled.
Then I appeal.
Appeal denied.
Then I ask for a recess.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that I have to go pee-pee.
Pee-pee denied.
Oh, this is incredible. This is really, really incredible.
I'm waiting, Mr. Rose. Your first wife. Or do you want me to find more charges against you?
Fine. I'll do it. I will do it, but there are going to be repercussions, I promise you. My first wife, she was a young girl. We were both still in college. Her name was Glenda Fogelman, that was it. Oh, I need no defense for that marriage, none whatsoever. See, there was a physical problem that destroyed it. On our honeymoon, I tried to, consummate the marriage, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. She had something, let's just say her privates were built in a peculiar way.
Her privates were built in a peculiar way?
Yeah, how shall I put this as to not offend anyone's sensibilities? In my opinion, there was something, shall we say, anatomically screwed up down there.
Are you saying, Mr. Rose, that the marriage wasn't consummated?
That's what I'm saying. Try as I did, day and night and day, I could not achieve what was asked of me.
But you were kind to her?
No man could have been kinder. And I am compelled to confess that I have never worked so hard in my life with such poor results.
Go on, Mr. Rose.
Well, it was dreadful. It's the worst honeymoon I ever had. The truth is, we were both virgins. And I woke up one morning and she was gone.
She left you?
She wouldn't have the marriage annulled.
And your second wife, how were her privates?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Although she was a sick woman, mentally she was a very sick woman.
How long was that marriage?
About 17 months. We did have a son. He's a student now at Penn State. I really don't see him as much as I'd like to, but that's how it is.
Did you at any time strike your wife?
Strike her?
Yeah, hit her, punch her, knock her to the ground.
I am appalled. I am appalled and astonished such an accusation could be made here. I have always fought against injustice, whether that be described as fascism, Nazism, racism.
Just answer the question, Mr. Rose.
No, I never hit her, not once. Well, every now and then a light smack on the buttocks, but only in the most playful manner. Barbara was her name. She was an actress, a terribly ambitious and competitive woman. And while my career was growing, hers was shrinking. She could not stand me being more successful than her. She turned into a very mean and bitter woman and started drinking heavily.
How heavily?
Let's put it this way. She was the only wife I had that knew how to make a vodka salad dressing. And I have it on good authority back in 2002, she was voted Miss Jack Daniels by a chapter of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Stop exaggerating and stick to the evidence. You did nothing to cause her to drink. You didn't cheat on her. You didn't go out with other women.
I did not. I worked. I paid the bills. I gave her a home. I didn't fool around. Why don't you tell me what I did? What did I do?
Your third wife?
Margie, I'm not liking this anymore.
Your third wife.
I'd had it with college girls and ambitious actresses. I said if I ever married again, it would be a simple, dedicated, and uncomplicated woman. My third wife was an American Indian.
From a reservation?
No, from East Hampton. She was a Shinnecock, and apparently I don't have good judgment when it comes to women. Nothing I did could satisfy her. I wasn't rich enough. I wasn't famous enough. I wasn't sexy enough. One day she took all of our savings and ran off with a real estate salesman. After that, I dated for a couple years, but I really don't remember enjoying any of it. I learned a thing or two about myself. Relationships are just too painful. I make no pretense about that. I can do fine on my own. I can do fine without them.
You can. I get up every morning and I get down on my knees and I thank sweet Jesus for giving me the strength to live a life without men. Do you know what it's like to be clean and decent and free of you and your kind?
Not as exhilarating as it is to be free of you and your kind. You don't make love to a woman anymore. That is over. That is in the past. Now you have to service her. You have to engage in foreplay and titillation and excitation and lubrication. And after a while, you don't know if you're a man in bed with a woman or a mechanic working under an old station wagon.
You can't stand the heat, mister. Stay out of the kitchen.
Listen, lady, I don't need the heat and I don't need the kitchen. It just so happens that I don't even believe there's such a thing as a woman's orgasm. How do you like that?
If a woman were dumb enough to go to bed with you, she wouldn't believe there was such a thing as a woman's orgasm either.
Funny. You're funny. I think it's the biggest fraud ever perpetrated against civilization. Vaginal orgasm, clitoral orgasm, multiple orgasm, multiple orgasm. The guy has to take a college course in gynecology just to figure out what the hell all the screaming's about.
Screaming? When women scream when they're in bed with you? What do? Tie them in chains and pretend you're the Meow Meow Man on the Pussy Rub commercial?
Do not push too far, Officer Hines. I will only let you go so far.
I have a feeling, Mr. Rose, that you can't deliver the cookies. You're not afraid of being impotent, are you?
Afraid? That has been my secret wish since I was 18 years old. Fortunately, I am mature enough. I am in control of my libido. If it's of any interest to you, I haven't had sex in 13 months, and I am in the best physical condition I've ever been in.
You think that's a big deal? I haven't had sex in 19 months. And last April, I ran 26.2 miles in the Boston Marathon.
But you didn't win, did you?
No, I didn't win, but I had to jump over the bodies of 50 men that are in the same best physical shape you're in.
You think you're in better physical condition than me?
I know I am.
All right. You said you had to carry a dummy up and down flights of stairs. Let's see you pick me up.
Okay, give me your hand. I'll lift you to fireman's carry.
Okay, no. Put me down, please. I am not asking you to lift me in a fireman's carry. I'm asking, can you lift me straight up?
Are you crazy? You're too heavy for me.
You're not too heavy for me. Do I have your permission to lift you up?
Where do you have to hold me?
Just around the waist.
You have my permission.
See? You are light and comfortable. I could hold you up here. Margie?
Yes, Leon? You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Especially when I'm in uniform.
I didn't mean to offend your uniform. Would you like to get out of your uniform?
I already told you I haven't had sex in 19 months. Didn't I tell you that?
You did, and I told you I hadn't had sex in 13 months. Isn't it time to change that?
Stop it, Leon, stop it! In my 8 years on the force, no perpetrator has ever kissed me. Yeah, that's a criminal offense, you know. Harassing a police officer? So for your own good, stop it.
Margie, something incredible is happening here tonight. Don't you feel that?
I do. I do feel it. But we can't let it happen.
Why not? I find you an incredibly attractive and desirable woman.
Is that another line of yours?
How could you?
Well, aren't you still trying to get out of the summons?
I take offense to that. I am a very successful actor. Do you have any idea how much money I made in 2012?
Well, if you're so successful, then why did you move from the east side to this building?
The theater, it goes in cycles. You work night and day for a couple of years, and, well, you know, I I don't really want to talk about it.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
No, it's good for me to talk about it. There's just really nothing out there for me right now.
Maybe you'll get that part you're practicing for. You know, the opera singer.
It's a commercial for a non-fattening pizza pie.
Well, doesn't it pay a lot of money?
If you get it. But who cares? I only do commercials when there's nothing going on for me professionally. Last year even, well, there are times where I feel insecure.
I know what that's like. I must be the most insecure person in the world.
You insecure?
I am. I am.
I would never have guessed that.
I am. I really, really am. You know, if I read that they're cutting the city budget or they're laying off civil service workers, oh, I get so panicky. I wonder where the money's coming from to pay the rent and the bills.
You don't have to worry about your job, Margie.
You know, on the weekends, I take a computer course, just in case.
See, you are special. Not one of my wives would have had the foresight to plan for an emergency like that.
Well, if you met my kids, you'd know why I do it. They're special.
I'm sure they are. Margie, you don't have to worry about your job. You are a terrific officer.
And you're a terrific actor.
How would you know that?
The way you talk to that cat on television, it's outstanding.
Are you paying me a compliment?
Leon, you deserve credit for achieving what you've achieved.
I am guilty of putting myself down. It's one of my bad habits. Margie, do you think I need a hairpiece?
What for? You're an attractive man.
You think so?
Of course.
You know, not one of my wives had spiky hair. I find it very intriguing.
I better go.
Margie, please don't go, not yet. Can we talk? When you live alone, sometimes you like to talk to someone and it can be difficult.
I know what that's like, but it gets scary for me.
What does?
Trusting somebody again.
Does it have to be that way?
Leon, let me tell you a secret. I think God made a mistake in creating only a man and a woman. I think, wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a third something that a man and a woman could talk to and have a relationship with? You know, decide with each other.
What do you mean a third something?
It's something, someone. It's like we would have another choice, another chance.
You mean like a third species with intelligence and sex like we have?
That's it. A different kind of human being, or a vegetable even.
Vegetable. Maybe through evolution it can come from the same family as carrots or Brussels sprouts.
Maybe. I mean, that's not what I had in mind, but we don't know everything that could happen.
We don't. We definitely don't.
And then a man and a woman would have something else to turn to. They wouldn't have to put up with each other all the time. There wouldn't have to be so much pain.
A third species introduced into human society. A superior Brussels sprouts.
And the marvelous thing is, they would automatically love you. Just for yourself. You wouldn't have to do anything, and they'd love you.
And even if you did do something dumb, they would still love you.
That's it! That's it!
Now I have a secret for you. I think I saw them.
Who?
The superior Brussels sprouts.
You saw that.
I did. On the IRT subway last Thursday. They got out on 24th Street and they started marching in a single file line down Washington Square Station. They had on green shirts and tiny green hats.
Oh, you're such a great kidder, you are.
Listen, I don't think God made a mistake. He made only man and woman and we have to deal with that.
It's too hard.
We don't have a choice. Margie, will you please stay and have dinner with me tonight? I would really enjoy your company.
I'd like to. I would. I would, but it isn't wise. Besides, I'm really tired. Thanks for the hospitality.
Margie, didn't you forget something?
What?
The summons?
I don't know where my head is tonight. Leon, I really need
No,
to...
no, don't. You do your job, that's what's important.
And you'll keep the volume down on your music?
You won't even hear a peep from this apartment.
Thanks.
Margie, please, just stay as friends. It doesn't have to be more than that.
Leon, didn't you yourself say that relationships are too painful?
I did. Don't we have to keep trying?
No, Leon, I'm done with trying. I can't anymore. I can't.